My parents skipped my wedding because they said my younger brother had a football game. He didn't. When I found out where they actually went, I stopped trying to be the daughter they might choose someday. I'm 27. My younger brother Ryan is 21, and since he was born, my mom has treated him like the center of the family. My dad loved me, but he almost never challenged her. If Ryan wanted something, everyone adjusted. If I wanted something, I was told not to be difficult. They missed ballet performances for his practices. They missed my high school and college graduations for his events. My parents told me my education fund had been used after a house fire. Years later, I learned they had kept it, and later used that money for Ryan's car and a house near his college. My grandpa was the only person who consistently called them out. Whenever he confronted my parents, they apologized. Once he left, everything went back to normal. College gave me a life outside them. I met Evan, my best friend before he became my boyfriend. We built good careers, moved away, and eventually got engaged. I told my parents. My mom barely looked up. "That's nice, honey." Then she started talking about Ryan. We mailed wedding invitations. Tracking showed theirs had arrived. When my parents and Ryan never RSVP'd, I texted them too. No response. I still talked about the wedding around them. I discussed venues and dress appointments with relatives while my mom was in the room. She would smile vaguely and change the subject. Finally, I told my parents I had an important event on a date that couldn't be moved. My mom said, "We can't. Ryan has his last football game. He wants us there." I had heard that answer my entire life, so I said, "Okay." I didn't remind her the event was my wedding. A few weeks later, I married Evan. My grandpa flew in and walked me down the aisle. When relatives asked why my parents were missing, I told them the truth. They chose Ryan's game. One aunt later posted wedding photos with a pointed comment about parents missing their only daughter's wedding. People noticed. Evan and I kept our phones off during our honeymoon. When we returned, my mother had sent everything from insults to begging. Ryan called me selfish. My dad kept saying he couldn't believe he had missed my wedding. I agreed to meet my parents and Ryan in a public park. My mom claimed they had never received an invitation. I showed her the delivery confirmation and my unanswered texts. Ryan smirked. Then he admitted it. He had been at my parents' house when the invitation arrived. He opened it, tore it up, and threw it away. Later, he deleted my messages from my parents' phones because my chat was archived. I stared at him. "Why?" He shrugged. "It wasn't as important as what we already had planned." For once, my parents yelled at him. Then my mom said, "Well, now we know. It was a misunderstanding. We can clear this up." I asked what exactly she thought she was clearing up. She had heard me talking about venues, dresses, my engagement, a wedding. She looked annoyed. "I heard you talking about a wedding," she said, "but I thought you were exaggerating for attention. I didn't think Evan would actually marry you." Nobody said anything. Then my aunt asked about Ryan's football game. There hadn't been one. My parents had gone to Disneyland with him. They used football because they knew I stopped following his schedule years ago. That was the moment I stopped trying to understand them. I asked my mom why she had treated me this way for so long. She said calmly, "I just never liked you that much." Ryan admitted he liked the attention and making me miserable. My dad cried and apologized. None of it felt complicated anymore. I told my dad he had spent my whole life hiding behind my mother. I told Ryan he could keep being the center of their world. Then I looked at my mom. "You never have to pretend to care about me again." She tried to interrupt. I stood up. "No, you've had 27 years to talk over me. You can listen this once." Then I told all three of them I wanted no contact and walked away with my husband. Afterward, I blocked my mother, Ryan, and the relatives demanding I forgive her. I sent screenshots of my mother's messages to her church community. I didn't create a public campaign. I just stopped protecting her reputation. My dad sent one final message saying he planned to divorce my mother and wanted a chance to rebuild our relationship. I told him I wasn't ready. Then I blocked him too. My grandpa came to stay with us. A few nights later, my mother found another way to message me. She said I had ruined the family. I deleted it, locked my phone, and put it face down on the kitchen counter.